Morning, guys. Right now it's about 5:30, a little after 5:30, and you can see our Summa's working already. And I wanted to show, because I'm getting a lot of questions on the Summa, and you can see that tangential head, and these are really small graphics. They're actual prop logos, and you can see that head actually lift up, and it actually rotates to do the ovals. And again, seeing it in action, I understand all the questions because it is pretty crazy to watch how it's tracing. And again, those are about ½ inch that you're actually seeing those graphics. So watching this really explains, I guess is the best way to say it, why these machines cost what they do. Because again, this is not a cheap machine in any stretch. I mean, many of you realize you can purchase a cutter. We get clients all the time looking at silhouettes and, just starting into the business. And these cutters are definitely on the higher end range, if not the highest end range of actual cutters. But again, you do get what you pay for. And this feature alone, if you're doing small, intricate graphics, this is something that you just have to see to really understand. And again, looking at it in this angle, that's why I really like these graphics. You really can see that tangential head going to work. And I'm going to be doing another follow-up video because I keep getting a lot of questions on what do we use as a filter to use the Opus Cam system to actually cut reflective vinyl. And our reflective vinyl is actual mirror chrome for the HD metal. And that does take a little more tweaking. And what I found out, again, being an engineer, I just went in and I wanted to look at what light they were actually using. Of course, they're using that really white, bright light, and it was more like an LED. So it's the amount of frosting on the actual vinyl you're using to produce a filter that's really going to make it effective. Unfortunately, I have to say, I was not impressed with Summa's support. I've contacted them, and they wanted me to purchase the Opus Cam system, which anyone will tell you that's about a $7,000 plus system. And they claimed that it was not able to be done on this system, which is complete BS. It can be done on this system, and I've done it. Matter of fact, you've seen me do it in videos previous. But again, they're hoping you, in certain respects, don't figure it out yourself because, again, we're looking at spending a lot more money. And I found it kind of insulting that they would say that to me after I've already dropped the amount of money on this system. I've had it 2 weeks, and I was talking to them about it, and the only thing they told me to do is print out the yellow filter that actually was on their website, which is completely generic. And again, I don't know what reflective material they're cutting, but I can tell you right now, my HD Chrome, that makes every other reflective material on the market I've seen look complete BS, unless you're doing, walleye type chrome vinyl, where again, it's got the magnification in the vinyl. A lot of straight vinyls have that are reflective, but ours is probably the most advanced. You can see here hitting these parcels right now, and this is doing 2 passes. I don't know if many of you guys can see that. And there we go again. Once we hit them ovals and we start doing those concentric ovals, and you can see that head lifting up and rotating. But to get back to that story about the actual mirror chrome, as far as cutting with the filter, I will do a video on that. I will cover exactly what needs to be done correctly in order to have this machine act as it should. You do actually have to recalibrate the cam system, which is a joke to do. But again, if you guys don't pay attention to these things and you listen to their support, be cautious, because again, a lot of their support right now seems to be driven around sales rather than actual helping the end user. Again, and remember also that the tech guy, if he doesn't have a business and he's not playing with this machine on a daily basis for your specific material, he's not going to know what you will be able to find out if you understand trial and error and, putting a process together of, process of elimination troubleshooting, which is really what needs to be done. But rest assured, when this is done correctly, you will easily be able to cut virtually any substrate that I've seen. Matter of fact, I'm going to pan on the other side and see if I can get the Opus, because you can see the actual filter I used. I'll see if it goes, once it swings over to the other side and starts cutting, you'll be able to see it. There we go. Let's see, she's about to go. There we go, she's working over. But you'll see it as it comes over, you'll see it on the inside. It'll be over here, right by the wheel. and you'll see that film. And it's a frosted vinyl. It is not a full yellow. Matter of fact, you can see it sitting right on the edge there. I don't want to put my finger there because this thing will definitely have enough power to hurt you. So again, you can see it though right there. And that filter works amazing, but it is a frosted filter. It is not a typical yellow filter because again, we're dealing with white light. I don't know where these technicians got that using a yellow filter automatically attributes them to, you know, working with most reflective materials. The frosting on the vinyl, where it's semi-transparent because the LED of the Opus is so bright, that's what will make the biggest difference. More like a pair of sunglasses when you go outside. And again, we still want the LED to show through. I've got it set at 60 as far as the intensity, and anyone will tell you the Opus can really, really go bright. And it's hit every material. I leave the filter on all the time. That's another bogus myth. You don't have to take the filter off to cut any other material. You see I'm doing the white glossy vinyl right now, laminated with 3M8518, and it's cutting perfectly. So again, I went through and did a 10-point calibration with the Opus, and that simply means I run the process 10 times. The more consecutive times you run it, the more accurate the machine becomes. They say 3, I go 10. And you can see her now, she's boogieing along. One thing I really want to point out as well is that when this cutter cuts and we're doing really small graphics, we always use 2 passes because that's something else we've gotten questions on. A lot of guys don't ever think about that. They're worried about speed. If you really want ease of weeding and you want to do real quality cuts, 2 passes or multiple passes works exceptionally well. A lot of guys just worry about hitting more pressure. Not always. More passes always releases the glue. The knife kind of goes through a second time, which actually releases the glue as far as penetrating it and separating it from the backing. And then you read in a much faster concentric motion. And especially on small text like this, those little text boxes, those black boxes you see, those are just under ½ inch. So when you're seeing that, that's telling you real quick, you don't want to have any of those pull up. So again, having it release in the best fashion makes the biggest difference. But again, guys, I plan on definitely doing some more videos like this. I know we're getting more and more questions, and you know, we love it. We want to get more feedback from you guys on what you want to see. But rest assured, like I said, if you are looking into a Summa, you do not, and I cannot emphasize this enough, if you're using reflective material, you do not need to buy an Opus cam system most of the time. And when I say most of the time, if your shop really requires a cam, the only way you're going to know is if you really went there and had them actually test the machine with your substrate. But I would say my HD Chrome, that is a mirror reflection, and I mean a true mirror reflection. If we can cut that with this, I'm 99.9% sure you're going to be fine cutting most reflective materials, because I've not yet found one on the market that's as reflective. We engineered that to be basically a chrome metal, which it is because it is a metal substrate. So again, I hope that that's answered some of your questions. But once again, we'll be looking forward to doing some more videos as far as what you request and covering some more details about the Summa. Right now, just to give you guys an idea of the force, I'm using 135 grams on this. Now, of course, whatever cutter you're using, this is our glossy vinyl, laminated with 3M8518. Everybody's cutter is going to be different, but we have gotten some questions on that. So again, that helps as far as if you do have this exact cutter, I would start there and then work your way down or up, depending upon, again, how it's calibrated in-house. So thank you all for your support. We look forward to your questions, guys. If you have any, please contact us with the information in the video. Thank you all for your support. Take care.